Hey YouTube, what up with the what up? What you know good? So this is the second video on this Kawasaki Ninja 650. I've got about actually approaching 1,000 miles on the bike in 2 months. And I just wanted to lay out my reasons, top 5 reasons why this Kawasaki Ninja 650 is one of the best, if not the best, beginner motorcycle. For new riders, people are coming back to it, beginner riders straight out of MSF course. These are the 5 reasons I believe this bike is going to be a really solid choice for you guys. So guys, just to recap about myself, I sort of still consider myself in that segment of beginner slash new rider because all told, I probably have less than 2,000 miles of motorcycle riding experience. I actually got my first bike in July of 2018 and sold that bike pretty rapidly and then picked this one up earlier in 2019. So I think I'm pretty close to that stage where some of you guys are in right now, where you're just trying to figure out how to get started, which bike is going to give you the safest option and maybe even the best value for what you're looking for. So I think this bike in particular is going to really be attractive across a wide spectrum of things that people need and want with their first motorcycle. The first reason is ergonomics. I want to point out the handlebars. As you can see, they're pretty high up. Now that's actually different from a traditional super sport where the handlebars are going to be a little bit lower and a little bit more forward. With the way this 650 is set up, you're going to have a more straight up riding position, and that's going to inspire a lot of confidence. I also want to point out the instrumentation. If you see on the left, the number 1 is a gear indicator. On the right is the speedometer, so you can see a pretty big number for your speed. As you can see, I'm at 972 miles on the odometer. The 46 is your fuel range, so that also helps in determining how much longer you can ride until you need to fill up. The number 2 reason will be the actual drive itself. It is very forgiving. In other words, acceleration wise, when you hit the throttle, when you want to give it some gas, it's not going to lurch really quickly forward. It has a very deliberate acceleration. That's going to be absolutely crucial in the beginning stages of riding these type of motorcycles. So when you let go of the throttle, this bike will quickly decelerate as well. You don't have to basically have the braking to bring you back to a stop or even to slow down. Let go of that throttle, the bike nicely decelerates for you. Number 3, fun factor. Why else would you be riding a motorcycle? You want to at least enjoy the ride. This bike is, like all sport bikes, very nimble, very easy to maneuver, and it's still going to put a smile on your face regardless of the acceleration or however much you want to get out of the way of somebody. It's just a really fun bike to ride. And whether that's in the city streets, whether that is on the interstate, it's got just enough power for you really to get that extra acceleration to get away from the other cars, particularly any trucks that might be coming down your path. This bike can still allow you to do that. So it's got that perfect blend of quickness, it's nimble, but it won't get out of control if you just give it, that extra throttle that sometimes in that beginning stage you might be tending to do. So really satisfied with the way the actual bike rides, and I think you guys will enjoy it from start to however long you guys own it. Reason 4, this bike really is a bike for all seasons. It can maneuver in the cities if you want to use it for commuting. And then for longer trips on the interstate, it can get up to speed. Now, I usually end up on highways or interstates on the furthest left lane, so I want to be going pretty quickly With the 650, it can easily cruise at 85 miles an hour, which is generally enough for you to maintain that position in the left lane. And if you want to speed up just a little bit just to get away from another car, it can easily get up to 90, 95 for you as well. Reason number 5, and I think a lot of you guys will be thinking about this, the affordability. Now, the price of this brand new out of the shop is, this is the ABS version, so it's going to be around $7,800 US. The insurance on this bike is one of the best positives. At my age, 40 years old, single guy, the year insurance, and I'm talking about full coverage, averages out to $50 a month. $50 a month for full coverage insurance. So that is a super attractive number. For instance, if you would upgrade to a Super Sport or the Ninja 1000, for example, the $50 a month would balloon to around $130 a month. And that's for me, 40-year-old male, single. So that, I think, is a huge positive. Sometimes the cost for owning motorcycles is prohibitive, but over the long term, I think $50 a month for full coverage is a very reasonable rate. So those are my 5 reasons why the Kawasaki Ninja 650 is a great option for new riders and beginner riders. I also wanted to showcase this helmet I've got sitting on here. This is the Shoei RF 1200 helmet. It starts off around $450, and that sounds like a lot, but one of the biggest selling points for me was the lightweight factor. When you're going at speed, you can barely feel the weight of it. It's actually one of the more lighter weight helmets there are. Shoei is a premium brand, so it was sort of a good helmet to choose if you want that premium fit and finish, and it's got a nice air intake on these hotter days. So I definitely recommend that. You'll see this green net that I've got right here. This is just like a $20 spring net that you can attach to the back seats and do what, as I'm doing, just put a bottle of water. The jacket is just a standard $100 jacket. So guys, just to recap, this is a bike that, again, you're starting out, you're gonna get all the nuances of riding a motorcycle out of the way, but you also want to have the potential to keep a motorcycle a lot longer than you would if you picked maybe a lower engine or a used bike, and this 650 fits that mold. You know, I really feel essentially you could keep this for years and it could satisfy all of the different driving experiences that you want with a motorcycle.